Hello, everyone, and welcome to your yoga class. Today's class is a gentle full body yoga class where we will work on our Surya Namaskar 1, Sun Salutation 1. The poses in this series lengthens and strengthens, flexes and extends, while also distributing prana through the body. First, my name is Vanessa, and I'm a yoga therapist based in the San Francisco Bay Area. So get out your mat or mats while I jump outside to do some yoga. You'll feel better in body, mind, and spirit. So bringing your hands to heart center, we'll begin our practice together with the sound of one Om. Inhale for Om. Nice. We'll begin just by making big circles with our shoulders, bringing them up to the ears and around the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then bringing them up and forward. And then beginning to bring some more movement into the spine. So just sort of rounding the shoulders forward so that your back is making a C. And then as you bring them back up, maybe lifting up your chest a little, looking up to your ceiling and to the sky and creating an arch, but just gently. So sort of a sitting cat and cow. And remembering to breathe. Just letting your breath be wherever you are, whatever's natural to you. Maybe your eyes are still closed or just lightly shut. And then making some circular movements. So we're just warming up the spine. And I really love to do this in a seated pose. I love to do this in the morning where I make some forward and back movements and then some circular movements if I'm sitting, but then also going side to side, all that before we take a twist. So we'll do that. We'll do that here. So just making these big circular motions, maybe starting to dip your chest down to your mat a little and pulling up on your knees, creating that big C. And going in the other direction. And sitting up tall, inhaling the arms up and exhaling over to your right. So here's that side to side motion I like. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling to the other side. So just beginning gently. You don't have to put your elbow on the ground. Inhaling up, exhaling over to the other side. Now, if your spine can stay in alignment, so without the twist, right? But what we're looking for is to stay aligned. So you may not come over very far. And if it's in your practice, you can lay your elbow down. But remember to keep the opposite hip on the mat. So inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. Also, for the sake of your neck, you can either look down at your hand or just continue to look forward. Inhaling up, exhaling to the right. the first side, inhaling up, exhaling to the other side. Bringing the hands down. This time we'll go into a twist. So inhale the arms up and exhale, twist to the right. And again, wherever you are today, perhaps this is the first time you're really beginning to take these stretches. So be gentle with each and every first move, each move, but especially in the beginning, because this is just the warm up. So inhaling the arms up and exhaling into a twist. And completing the twist in your spine by looking over your shoulder. And if that's too much, then just keeping your head neutral and looking forward. Inhaling up and exhaling to a twist. Nice. Let's move into a tabletop. So coming down on your hands and knees, maybe doubling up on your mat to protect your knees, or placing a blanket underneath your knees if you need it. Do whatever you need to do to feel comfortable. We'll take a couple cat and cows, although we did a lot of spine movements as we were sitting. And just find that neutral back. So contracting, right, your abdominal muscles so that we protect the lower back. I'm trying to create a flat tabletop. We're going to inhale out our right hand and our left leg. Finding balance. And then bring both arm and leg down and switch to the other side. So inhaling the left arm up and the right leg up. So I'm flexing my foot and I'm pushing my heel out as though there's a wall behind me and I'm pushing against it so that it really engages the backs of my legs and my glutes. And then bringing down. We're going to add on. Inhaling the right arm up, the left leg out, pushing that heel up against the wall. And then we're going to make little upward movements with the heel. 10, 9, maybe just an inch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good. Can you see that? This time, I'm going to take my left arm up, inhaling with the right leg up, pushing the heel against the wall, and then lifting up just about an inch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So you could take a couple cat and cows. A cat feels really good. And we're going to add on one more time. So inhaling the right arm out and the left leg up. Make sure there's nothing there. Flexing the foot, pushing the heel against the wall, and the little bumps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And instead of releasing, we're going to bring our elbow to meet our knee. And let's do 5 of those. So that's 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And on the other side, inhaling the right leg out and the left hand out. And then bumping the heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bringing the elbow in to meet the knee. 5, inhale. 4, inhale. 3, inhale, stretch. 2, inhale, stretch. And 1, release. Then just push back into child's pose. So I like a wide kneed child's pose, my big toes together. And then see if you could place your forehead on your mat, maybe rocking no, breathing into your lower back, and just taking a few breaths here. Remembering your intention. And then walking your hands up. We're going to come into standing at the back of your mat. So coming up gently, smoothly, softly, however you need to. I'm noticing the sun setting for me. So let's do some sun salutations. So start at the front of our mats. And bringing the hands to heart, or maybe standing in mountain pose with the hands down and the palms out forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, step back into plank. Keeping your hips high so you're not dragging. You don't want to be, too far down or too far up. We're really looking for a flat back here. And then on an exhale, lowering down slowly, keeping your elbows close to your body. You can come knees, chest, chin first. And inhale into up dog, or stay low in low cobra. Look over left and right shoulders. And then inhale, exhale into downward facing dog. And pedal the feet here. Taking one heel, pushing towards your mat, really letting the other knee bend, and then switching legs. And we'll find stillness, pushing our palms against our mats, keeping the hips up, pushing shoulders away from the ears, maybe nodding yes and no, relaxing your neck. And come up onto our tippy toes and bend the knees. And from here, you can jump or step forward. And then inhale halfway, look up, hands on the shins. Exhale, forward fold. And maybe taking opposite elbow, gently rocking back and forth. Inhaling into the lower back. letting the front of your body kiss your knees. And then releasing and keeping a slight bend in the knees. You're going to inhale, rolling up slowly. Inhaling the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands back down. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, step back into plank. Exhale, inhale to upward facing. And exhale to downward facing. And raising up on the toes and bending the knees, jumping or stepping to the front of your mat to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms down. So again, wherever you are, just keep going. We're going to do this a couple more times. I won't say anything, but again, try to sync your breath to the movements. And wherever you are, go ahead and complete your sun salutation. And then you can join me, twisting, standing, twisting, making little fists with your hands, and then knocking on the sides of your chest, sort of gently waking up the organs. Great. I thought today we'd try a balance pose by doing Warrior 3. So we're going to set up as though we're in our warrior pose, Warrior 2. So the hips are out, your right toe is facing to one wall, this toe is facing me, and the arms are up, dropping the shoulders, looking right and left. See if you need to adjust your arms at all. And you can watch first and then try it. But sort of propelling yourself forward so that you come on to just the one leg. Now, if you have a block, one moment, or whatever's nearby, you can place that there in front of you so that when you move, maybe placing your hand on the ground is a little too far away. So keeping a slight bend in the standing leg, reaching the outward pointing leg out towards the wall. You can flex or point, try to touch your toes to the wall or your heel. And then the top arm, I like to place it on my hip and just look down at the hand. Now, if it's in your practice, you can come and hold your ankle. And remember, it's always okay to fall. So let's set up on the other side. So moving your block or whatever it is that you have nearby into position, coming into that warrior two stance. The ankle is sort of aligned with the arch of that back foot. And you want to be able to bend your knee, but not have the knee past your toes. And again, I always like to look front and back because my back arm may not be quite up or even where it needs to be in alignment. And then looking at your block, pushing up to come into that balance. So again, keeping a slight bend in your standing leg. And then when you're done, you can release back into that warrior two pose. And jump your legs together. So let's go back to the original side, the first side, setting your block up. If you have a block, this is a perfect square. There might be a side that's higher, and then maybe you can go a little bit lower. So again, I won't say much this round, but we'll do it on both sides. And we're just finding this balance wherever you are in your practice. If you're using the block, or if your hand is touching your mat, or if you can even lift the hand completely and have your hand up and on your ankle. I just want to say I have the sun to one side and the moon to the other. And wherever you're at, just finish your warrior three on both sides. And we'll meet back in our standing twist. Great. I'm going to keep this here just as a visual for chair pose. Just my own personal visual, because I really don't know how low I get unless I'm standing in front of a mirror. But for chair, I want to go ahead and keep our legs a little wider than hips width apart. And it's actually a little bit easier if your toes are also facing outward a little. So I know that sometimes we just have our legs, like this ski position where we're just facing forward. But I've noticed, because I broke my leg about 10 years ago, and I've really had to take care of it. And I've noticed that standing a little more than hips width apart, not that I've noticed, but that my physical therapist told me, and then having the toes point out a little bit makes it a little bit easier. And so here's my visual, right? And I'm going to sit back as though I'm sitting in a chair. But what we want, let me get on my mat a little better. What we want is for our knees to stay behind our toes. So that means that the toes can lift. And then looking up, keeping the arms up, coming into the chair pose. And pushing up, squeezing the glutes. Let's do that 5 more times. So we're going to go ahead and start with the arms up, out a little forward, and then putting that weight on your heels and really sitting your bum back and trying to keep the chest lifted. And inhale, push up and squeeze your backside. And again, sitting back in a chair, and then pushing up on your heels, squeezing your backside, and then sitting back down again, keeping the chest lifted, keeping the weight on the heels, and then pushing the ground away with your heels, squeezing your glutes. And one more time, placing the hands up, sitting back in your chair, and then pushing up, squeezing the glutes. Good job. We just did some squats. So you can shake it out however you like, whatever feels good. I'm going to put this back. Put it back before I forget. We're going to just make our way down into staff pose. So placing the legs out in front, maybe just making some movement, maybe making some noise. And then taking the flesh away from your seat, finding your sit bones on your mat, straightening the legs, flexing your feet so that your toes are coming back to your head, sitting up tall, tucking the chin, and just noticing where your breath is at. And can you deepen it? Inhaling maybe for 3 counts, and exhaling for 3 counts. Maybe pausing at the top of the breath before exhaling. And then maybe inhaling for 4, the pause at the top, and exhaling for 4, pause at the bottom. And hopefully you feel a sense of calm with this breath. Sitting up tall, moving the shoulders away from the ears, inhaling the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And walking the hands up. You're going to tuck the right foot in to your body. Take the left foot out a little. Look out over that left outstretched leg. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Walking the arms up. Now looking to wherever your forward is. We're going to inhale the arms up. And exhale. Reach over with that right arm to your left toe. Now you don't have to touch your toes. If I were to do that, I would have to twist my whole body. And we're not looking for a twist. We're just looking to stay in alignment. Coming back to center, inhaling both arms up. And this time, exhaling, twisting to the right so that your left hand is on your right knee. And then placing both feet in front of you. Feeling those sit bones. One more time, inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, forward fold over both your legs. See how it feels now. What's moved in your body? Maybe one side feels different than the other. And then taking the right leg out a little, bringing your left foot in, looking out over the right leg. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Walking the arms up. We're going to look to wherever our forward is, our center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, reaching the left arm over to your right toes. So a side stretch. Breathe in to your left rib cage. Sitting up straight, inhaling both arms up. Exhaling this time, twisting to the left. The right hand is on the left knee. And releasing one more time in Dandasana, both legs outstretched, finding your sit bones sitting up tall, inhaling the arms up, exhaling, forward fold. Nice. We're going to come onto our backs. Let's keep the knees bent, soles on your mat, and just lower down. Slowly, 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 slowly. And take a long stretch at the top, interlacing your fingers over your head, pointing your toes towards the opposite wall. Taking a few deep breaths here. Hug the knees to your chest. Maybe rock back and forth gently. Make some circles. And then go ahead and drop your knees to the left side and come into a supine twist to your right. And then coming through center before dropping the knees to the right and coming into that twist on the left. And then rocking back and forth. Because it feels good. Feels good on my back. And we'll end our practice coming into our final pose of Shavasana. So letting the legs come out wide, toes drop to either side. And like I said earlier, palms up to the sky. I can hear now that birds are really praising the sun as it sets. So quieting your mind, finding your breath in your body, just resting here in this final posture. And wherever you are, I invite you to stay here for as long as you like, noticing the images that come into your mind's eye and releasing them. Just letting go of the day or the day thus far. And if you'd like to stay in Shavasana for a little bit longer, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can meet me in a seated position, the one we began with. And we'll end our practice together with the sound of one Om. So bring your hands to heart and we'll inhale for Om. Om. Hands to your forehead. May you always see beauty, may you always hear truth, and may you always know love. Namaste. The light in me sees and recognizes the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next week. Bye.